Summertime, and the living is easy. Fish are jumping, and the cotton is high. Well, your daddy's rich, and your ma is good looking. So hush, little baby, don't you cry. One of these mornings, you're gonna rise up singing. Oh, you'll spread your wings and you'll take to the sky. But until that morning, can't nothing harm you. With daddy and mama standing by. Don't cry. Daddy and mama standing by. Summertime, standing by. Summertime. Oh, it's a different Mama and Daddy standing by, don't cry. Thank you. Okay, so we have one more for you in this segment, Stronger Than Pride by Sade. This is a dear one to us. So, thank you. for the sun to rise. It's all too clear, yeah. Things come and go. Sitting here waiting for you will be like waiting for winter. It's gonna be cold, and then maybe there'll be snow. I still really love you. Love is stronger than pride. I still really love you. Love is stronger than pride. Yeah.
Open for business. Live from the AMP Media Studios, Dawn and Freddie S. and their team are ready to serve up a huge portion of fun for lunch with friends and neighbors. So let's break open that lunch pail and unwrap that sandwich you brought and take a front row seat in the Brooklyn Cafe and get ready to enjoy some humor and hot topics. It's time to get a healthy serving of hope and happiness to help your day go by with a smile. Your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S., are ready to talk about food, health, dating, or just plain dream making. If you have a story to share, movie review, restaurant critique, or just a coincidental thing that happened to you, call in toll free 888-994-4995, Studio A right now. Sit back and enjoy your lunch break at the Brooklyn Cafe. Here are your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S. It's lunchtime.
We got new people on the board.
Welcome. That's okay. You got to start somewhere. Everything begins with new, and then you get good at it.
There you go.
So
Happy Wednesday to you. Happy Home Day.
How do you like Sade?
Oh my gosh, I got to tell you, Melissa Stokes and a good friend, Ricky Williams, joining us on the keyboard.
And Ricky Williams has been in the house with us with Ebony.
I know, it's got to be more than a few months. It's been a while, but you know, when Ricky walks in, you know you're in good hands.
I'm thinking Ricky came in here with Ebony and somebody else, because for some reason it hasn't
His wife,
clicked
I
yet.
think, came in with him. I think. Let's just
Yeah,
make
he
sure
had
his mic is on, Katie, for Ricky,
His wife was with him.
right?
Somebody was with him.
But Melissa, I got a text from,
Huh?
he's not married. Then it wasn't
Well,
his
then
wife.
Ricky had a groupie with him. He had somebody escorting him around.
Man of few words, I see over there.
And she knew a lot about him, right?
Yeah.
Do you know who that is?
Who?
Somebody you brought into studio?
I don't know who it was.
He doesn't remember. He's a busy man.
Everything was with me.
Ebony, maybe Ebony brought him.
No, there was somebody else with him, but that's okay.
I can't remember who it
But
was.
a few
Denial
weeks
is the
ago-
best defense in the world.
Right, so Louise Gomez, a host of Editor's Desk and the host of You and Your Doctor with All County, sends me this text, and when I'm trying to connect with Melissa for a couple weeks, not even knowing who you are, how long you've known Louise, nothing, and then you send me your clip from the Norton Museum. Oh. And I sent it to you because I wasn't in the studio, and I said, you want to bring her in? And he says, yeah, you know her? I said, well, I don't know her yet, but I'm going to get to know her. Do you want her in studio? He says, come on, how are you going to get her into studio? I said, wait, we're going to call as soon as I get back.
You see, but she didn't tell me the beginning of that story.
No, I did not. I just said,
She just
would you like
sends
me to
me
bring
this
her into the
highlight
studio?
reel, and I
Yeah.
said, okay, it was great to have her. How do you know her? You didn't tell me about Louise and all that.
I know. Now, how did you meet Louise? Was it at a gig?
I sang at a dinner party.
Just get you closer to your mic.
Oh, my bad. I sang at a dinner party recently, and she was there. And then she mentioned the show. And she's like, "Oh, I gotta have you come on." And I was like, "Yeah, sure, let's go."
You are amazing. Where were you performing? That was private, but you also sent me some things from the Norton Museum.
Yes, that was a while ago. That was from the Norton Museum. That was one of my favorite gigs I've ever done because it was all acoustic set. So it was a dream come true. If you know what I'm talking about, it was all acoustic. The guitar, nothing was plugged into electronics.
Wow.
And I don't know. I love that. To me, that's like medicine. You know what I mean?
How long have you been singing?
For about, like professionally, for about 10, 15, going between 10 and 15 years. I
Oh.
raised my kids gigging around town.
Yeah, you just started.
Yeah, yeah. I raised my kids. I didn't grow up singing. I grew up a nerd in science. But then when I had kids, I was like, oh, I need to make money in like this amount of time, so I can be home. And singing was it. And I was like, oh, I can heal with this. I can actually do healing work with this.
Did
And
you
so
know
I
you were a
sang.
singer?
Not really. My mom is a sing. She sang, but she also went into the healthcare sciences, and we just sing around the house all the time.
So you didn't know you were a singer. Did you know you were a healer?
Yes,
That you knew. Okay.
that I knew. From baby. Yeah,
So she could sing. You sound like Sade.
I get that a lot, and that is very much an honor. Thank you.
And how did you hook up with this guy?
I remember.
I mean,
Ricky, do
the
you remember
best in the
meeting me?
business.
I don't remember.
Do you remember meeting me?
I remember meeting you, but I don't remember how I hooked up with
You remember me? I don't remember.
Ricky
meeting
doesn't even know who
Ricky.
you are. What, are you kidding me?
I don't even remember meeting, but I know he was one of the first musicians that I met because I had a rule when I first started singing. I'm the only amateur allowed in the room because I got people to feed. I'm the only amateur allowed in the room. This is not a hobby. We're going to make money. So I know he was one of the first musicians that I met, and he's been teaching me ever since.
Well, he's been teaching a lot of people
Yes.
because I know he has a whole stable of singers. from what I understand.
and musicians.
And
Yeah.
musicians and bands and all. It's funny because
Yes.
I asked Melissa, do you have a band? She says, well, this is Florida. Everybody has a band. So they sort of like move around.
I guess when you need what you need, you know who to go to.
Yeah, I need a trumpet player. You play trumpet? Yeah, okay, part of the band.
Pretty much it.
And then
Yes.
the next day you get a different trumpet player.
That's
Yes.
pretty much it.
I can put a band together.
In 2 minutes.
Just need Ricky closer to his mic.
2.5.
Okay, for Melissa, I can put a band together. I know all the musicians.
Just move your mic closer to your face, Ricky, so we can hear you better.
Yeah,
Just
there
like
you
go.
go.
that.
Perfect.
Yes,
Just like a phone.
Okay.
And Ricky, you play the piano, but you play some other instruments as well,
I
right?
play drums, guitar, bass, and piano.
Unbelievable. And you've been
How
playing.
did you know
And
that?
I have a recording studio, I'm a songwriter.
I know Ricky.
And so, and me and Stevie Wonder, we correspond a lot. We do a lot of things together.
Can you bring Stevie to come in here and do piano
No,
duels with him?
Stevie won't do it.
You don't know that until you
Stevie,
ask.
listen,
I asked you
Stevie
this the
called
first
me.
time I met you.
Stevie calls this a red state,
Oh, he won't come to the whole state.
and he won't come.
I don't need him here. I just need him on the
He can
computer.
stay home and he'll visit us on the computer.
Stevie can play anywhere he wants. He can play in the North Pole.
Actually, if I could probably talk. I don't know if I can talk him into doing a Facebook, not Facebook. What you call it, Zoom.
Yeah.
Maybe we could do a Zoom we can put on the radio on oldies.
Yeah, we'll put you and Stevie together side by side. Duel of the pianos. Wherever he is, makes no difference.
I don't know.
How'd you meet Stevie?
I don't know. I'd have to talk to him. He's really busy. I think he's getting ready to record another album. So he's kind of busy. And we talk. I wait for Stevie to call me. I call him and then I wait for him to.
He was just at the Grammys.
Yeah, he did. I heard about that.
I know.
I
He
heard
was at
about
the
that.
Grammys. You see him at the Grammys?
I think he sang at the Grammys. I don't know if he got a
He
Grammy.
said he asked for you. He said, "Are you watching me, Ricky?" You see?
Me and Stevie Wonder, we've known each other since he was 13 years old.
I remember you
So
telling
we
me
used
that.
to play at the Apollo. I used to play at the Apollo with him. And then I was at the,
Hold your mic up, Ricky.
I was at the Apollo. I was at the Apollo, and I was there was this group called Peaches and Herb. They were there, and we were sitting next to their grandmother. And so I was invited back. And the first thing this TV said, "Hey, you blind bat, how you doing?" So we've been
Peaches.
kicking it ever since.
Peaches
remember
and
Peaches and Herb?
The guys remember Peaches and Herb? Of course.
We used to wrestle together.
You and Stevie
Oh yeah,
used to wrestle?
yeah,
Really? Who won?
I did.
The Apollo Theater is still open.
But Stevie is he's very intuitive, and he's very smart. So he beat me in a couple things.
Wow. Is the Apollo Theater still open? Or did they close it?
They closed. I think they closed.
I went to the Apollo Theater with Charlie Rangel.
Ah, okay.
Charlie Rangel took me to the Apollo.
I think they closed. I think they
I don't
moved to
know. I
Brooklyn
think they
also.
closed. Remember they used to have the tree trunk when you go on
Yeah.
stage and you rub the tree
Do
trunk.
you remember in our old studio there was
tried doing
you tried
that.
to do that. Someone had brought in like a stump and you said, "Oh, let's make it like the Apollo and everyone has to touch it."
And they threw it away.
Aww.
You see, because they don't know. They don't know about this stuff. I sound like
Do you know how does it work, Zoom?
Yeah.
I know. I need to work. I need to. Oh, I also have and I feature Melissa on it, my YouTube channel, Ricky Midnight Williams. So I feature Melissa on it, and I get a lot of comments.
But the amazing thing about Melissa is you did not know you were a singer. You are. So what was it that clicked? When did you say, "Oh, I can actually make money doing this, and I'm good. I'm not just going to kids' birthday parties. I am healing with music."
I don't know that I'm any better than anybody else. I don't think I am. I think humans are just like dolphins or birds. Like we all sing, and anyone, I promise. Like for example, Sade, she, like if you didn't know that she wrote any songs, if like she were to sing a jazz standard, she would kind of not sound good. You know what I mean? But that's what I'm saying. So no one can sing everything. So I just didn't think that this was my career, mostly because that's the way it's kind of portrayed, this whole idolatry of musicians and stuff. I don't know. I don't want anything to do with that. So that's not my career. You know what I mean? The camera and the glitz and the glamour, that has nothing to do with anything that I do. So that's not my career. So I didn't recognize it as my path until I felt like I was forced to do it, because I was like, well, I mean, I know I could do it, and I know I could do it as good as that girl, and I bet you they make, a good amount of money in a couple of hours. That was my impetus. And then when I started doing it, the channeling of the energy to people and the volleying of the energy, you can, like, my favorite gig is at the airport, where they had a program at the Fort Lauderdale airport. I don't know if they still have it after post-COVID, but literally you just stand there like a vendor and sing, and you watch everyone come in with the like fear of death, literally, and terrorism and stuff like that. But is everyone in my earshot is calm, and I watch it drop off of them. Even the police officers with the guns and stuff, the minute they come in my earshot, they just soften. And I'm like, I'm doing my job. I want to do this forever. And that's how
I love her determination. Because she listen, once she gets something in her mind, you can't stop it. It's like it comes that quick, an idea, and then she's on it.
Not only you're on it, you're so sweet about it. I mean, you were so happy to come, and she says, "I'll be there tomorrow." And then you go, "Ricky, you can't come tomorrow. I'll come next week."
Well, the thing is that you want to understand your gift instead of just living your gift. You can sing, but we're not comparing you to Sade. We're not comparing you to Whitney. We're not comparing you to nobody. We're comparing you to yourself, and you can carry a tune. Now, you're going to sing with things that you're comfortable with, but you like to criticize yourself tremendously. What artist doesn't? Every artist that comes in here, she says, it was okay. Josh is the same way. This kid is gifted, and he'll give you the shoulder. Yeah, it was okay. I don't understand that. Right, Josh? Right? You know what I'm talking about. But you see, the maestro here, he tunes you, and you understand the why when you work with him. But you've been singing way before. You've been singing forever. You just ain't caught up until now.
She, what I like is that she's very spontaneous, and we don't rehearse. We just
Play.
Just play it. And what I like that I listen to her, because we don't rehearse, I have to listen to what she's doing and the way she's doing it. You know, sight's not required.
I think we should rehearse. I want to rehearse more.
You won't rehearse.
Because
huh?
you want to be perfect.
I want to be as perfect as I can. Not perfect, but I want to feel comfortable. You know what I mean?
I gotta
Yeah,
tell
but
you,
when you start singing,
everybody gets comfortable.
everybody gets comfortable. I mean, you know, and I'm listening because I'm comfortable, but I'm gonna make sure you on point.
You do.
It's funny, when I started streaming, even before I knew Dawn, I didn't want to be perfect. I get irritated when people tell me, oh, it's not NBC. You want NBC, you go to NBC. You want to be you, then you come here. So if it's not perfect, if you miss a key, if he misses a key on the piano, it doesn't matter. Because if you look around the room when you sing, we get it. You may not understand that yet, but we get it. And it changes everybody. You should see we turn the lights down low. Everybody's looking. They're taking pictures. They're like, wow, where'd this lady come from? Him, forget about it. He's the maestro. Stevie Wonder never had a problem after he played his first album. After that, he was Stevie Wonder.
Yeah.
The Wonder Man. This is Stevie Wonder too. I mean, the bottom line here is, it ain't about understanding it, it's about playing it.
Yeah.
It's about doing it. Her and I, we don't script anything. For 8 years, we've never scripted a show.
Oh, wow.
In 8 years, over 3,000 shows, we have never scripted anything.
We get excited every day by new guests and new music, and because it's all about. We had someone in yesterday with the new show, and her guest has a way to make the plants sing. So let me rephrase that. The plants sing. Her guest had a way for you to hear the plants
Oh,
sing.
with one of those electrode.
Yes.
Oh, I love that.
I didn't even know that existed.
And it makes me think of you and your music, that this plant is singing. Can you imagine what you and the plant and Ricky could do together?
Yes, I want an album like that.
they-
Right? You could do, but it's healing, right? So plants we know are healing through the oxygen and life and everything. But now they sing. So
They
imagine
do.
putting those healing people together.
They do concerts, she was telling me,
Oh, wow.
with plants. And they and I said, well, how in the hell, how are you going to control the plant to sing? Because it sings when it wants to sing.
Okay.
And she says they have a technology and the plants sing. And I'm sitting there and said, come on. And she showed me, and it's true. They do concerts.
Because you also work with skincare and herbs and a whole line of nutritional.
Herbalist. Yes.
So imagine combining her herbalist with the plant singing and music and healing the world.
Well, this is jar that when you open the jar, her song plays.
How comes Melissa?
Oh, that's
The music
everything.
The
You
music
can go
play,
down
a
the
little
rabbit hole
tune.
with that.
So
There's so
listen,
many options you can do with that.
We could walk over, Melissa, walk over to the plant and touch the plant.
But no, we don't have the electrodes.
But we know the lady that does.
We'll have to get it and bring you in on the same day.
We got to do a whole thing with plants around you and singing, and then
see
you
what
and the plants will have a.
happens. I wonder what would if they don't always sing. I thought it was
That
just a
sounds good,
consistent.
That sounds good. 'Cause you know, imagine how much energy that is.
Right?
Okay.
Right? The
And
positive energy.
the plants will love it. Okay.
All right, why don't we take a commercial break? When we come back, we've got some other guests in studio. We've got the Single Sailing Club in studio. Some more music by Melissa and Ricky, our good friend Bev. See what else is going on. As I guess everyone's going to get ready for Super Bowl weekend. You getting ready for it?
I'm ready.
What are you doing?
Me?
Yeah. Going to Josh's house?
I'm probably going to put on music and just watch the game. What? That's what I'm going to do. You know, I don't have a dog in the fight. I don't care who
You got
wins.
the Eagles.
No,
For Josh. You got to root for Josh.
No, I'm going to not root for Josh. I want to root against Josh. Because there's no fun for everybody rooting for the same team.
All right, let's take a quick commercial break. More to come when we get back. 888-994-4995. Say hey to Frank. We're going to see Frank here on Friday as well. Stay tuned, and we'll be right back.
Known for his Art Deco Cubist style and compositions with dancing saturated color, Ken Bieberman has lived and breathed art his whole life. From the early 80s, he's influenced the Art Deco district of Miami Beach. Featured in numerous restoration projects, hotels, galleries, and clubs, Bieberman creates for everyday folks and celebrity clientele. He's also the proprietor of Art Repro, a giclée and scanning company in Pompano Beach. When it comes to scanning high resolution, size is not an issue. Professionally scanning art up to 10 feet and 64 inches in width, Art Repro utilizes state-of-the-art equipment. On quality canvas or paper, archival ink and printing mediums are put to use. Art Repro ensures colors are true and every nuance of the art is captured, including the canvas weave. Perfection is the priority. Contact artist Ken Bieberman today at 954-547-0095 or visit his website www.artrepro.net.
Being a successful woman in business means having the courage to own who you are. We understand the challenges faced by women, and we are here to help. Our team is here to develop the best strategy designed just for you. Your path is unique, and with the right tools, you can accomplish your dream. From radio to TV, from podcasting to magazines, we create the visibility to amplify your impact in business. At New Dawn Media, we are here to help bring your message forward and help your business flourish. It is time for your message to be seen and your voice to be heard. Contact us at 866-224-5422 or brooklyncafe.tv. Your voice can make a difference.
Le Sorel Restaurant, home of the authentic Italian tradition, offers a large menu that consists of seafood, steak, homemade pasta, brick oven pizza, and homemade desserts including a wide wine selection. We also have the best bar in Boca Raton with delicious cocktails, homemade limoncello, cappuccino, Italian espresso, brandy, and other specialties, open every day with a lunch and dinner menu. For more information or to make a reservation, contact lesorelrestaurant.com or call 561-235-5301.
There is no way to ignore it. You hear it on the news, online, from your friends and family. What happened to my money? Whether it got hit by falling stocks and bonds, with the coronavirus, shrunk by a floundering 401k with low interest rates, and is riding the extreme ups and downs of the stock market with political elections. Many Americans are worried about their money and how they're going to retire. Help protect your financial future now and call J.D. Melberg for your complimentary book from a leading financial firm that shows you ways not to run out of money whether the market goes up or down. This free book reveals little-known truths about annuity strategies in simple-to-understand terms that can protect your money for a lifetime. As a bonus, we'll also throw in a free annuity rate report summarizing the rates and benefits of annuities from hundreds of top-rated insurers, helping you to find ways to get up to 33% more income in retirement. That's right. 2 books, both absolutely free, for calling J.D. Melberg. Help protect your financial future.
Call 877-643-3015.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
They're like slower.
He's getting ready for softball.
I'm getting ready for my softball league.
He's getting ready. Well, I hope they pitch a little faster than that.
He didn't wear a helmet.
It was soft pitch.
No,
Was
It was out of a machine.
almost got hit because it comes.
Yeah, but that wasn't fast.
It's what I tell you. With this guy, it's not even every day. It's every moment of the day. He does something new. He adds to his arsenal of
That's
things.
a batting cage. That's
But
nothing.
still, he does.
Now, he wants to impress me going into the 90-mile-an-hour cage. Do they have one?
They had a 65 to 70.
No,
but
that's slow.
It's below the knees.
Yeah, I know. You had to tell them to sort
Is
of.
that age group? I'm kidding.
When I used to coach my travel team, we used to pay for a 90. They couldn't hit it.
I was
But I
teasing about
wanted
the
them to
age
see
group.
it. No, it's not funny. We're gonna put you in a cage. Can we put Dawn in a cage and use it as part of the Super Bowl commercial we're putting together?
That's coming out on
Keep
Friday.
your eye on the ball.
Keep your eye on the prize, is all I can tell you.
Oh, I can imagine you getting hit by. Never mind. That's a bad idea. Moving on.
As you said this morning, knowing me is a whole lot of work.
You walk into this thing and you get hit by 50 balls.
See? I always say be careful what you wish for. 12 years ago when I met you, oh my
Moving on.
gosh.
All right, what do you got for me? Because I don't know anything about the next segment.
You like boating?
Yeah.
Remember, you like being single and boating, and we used to go out.
They go
and
together? If you're single, you get a boat?
they
Wait
got a
minute.
single boating club. Singles
That's
boating
what I
club.
heard. But nobody ever tells me nothing.
So Bev D'Amico, our good
I didn't
friend,
even know she
brought
was
over
coming.
Sailing Singles of South Florida with us.
Sailing singles.
We've got Lynette Beal, Commodore Lynette Beal joining us, and Captain Jim Williams of the Sailing Singles. You can check it out at sailingsingles.org. Bev's going to hang over there. She's a member of the Sailing Singles. This one is the member of more clubs and more activities.
I'm the membership director of the club.
You got to use your mic, please. She needs, you need your whole, activities coordinator thing. You do.
Wait a minute. I'm curious to find out.
As long as the green light's on, we're good.
I'm curious to find out what this is all about because nobody tells me nothing.
No.
So this is what kind of, is it a big vessel? Is it a sailboat vessel? Is it a yacht vessel? How big is this vessel?
Lynette, give us some information.
Hi, glad to be here today. We're from Sailing Singles of South Florida. It's a singles club, but our goal is to teach and go sailing. And it's a wonderful opportunity if people want to be on boats, on the water. And our single, we have socials. So it's a great club. And any questions you have, we're glad to talk about
Do
it.
you have to be single?
Yes, you have to be single. We do have people that meet and marry in the club, so
They're allowed.
they can stay as members. They just can't vote anymore once they're married.
Okay, hold on. So I'm going on this vessel to learn how to sail, or am I going on this vessel to meet a Chiquita banana? I mean, what is going on?
Well, it's an interesting combination because it's people who are active, who enjoy the water, but also are single and want to meet people with similar interests. So sailing and socializing makes a great club.
How big is the boat?
Yeah, these are sailboats?
We have captains that have sailboats, and we have Jim Williams, one of our captains here, that may want to speak to that a little bit about what we do.
Jim, it's your boat?
I do have a boat. We have power boats and we have sailing boats, and they vary in size from 24 up to maybe 45 feet. So it's a variety of boats and a variety of captains and a variety of people, and it's a lot of fun when we get out on the water.
So, Captain, you have a fleet of vessels, is that what you're telling me? Different sizes depending on the occasion?
Well, I only have one vessel, and other people have one vessel each.
Okay.
But we have a fleet of boats. Each boat is owned by somebody, and they get called captains, and then we have crew, who the other members of the club.
So Bev is
And-
part of your crew?
I'm sorry?
So Bev is part of your crew?
I have.
So do you move the sail and say, shift, pull, go, and they all run to the other side?
The idea is the crew follows the orders of the captain when they're on the boat.
Can you imagine?
Not the way you described it, no. I
So
cannot.
I think what you're asking is the club is comprised of people who own boats.
Okay.
And people who don't own boats. And the captains, we have, I don't know, I think Lynette and Jim could talk about how many we have, but the concept is the captains offer their votes to the members. We have 10 people on our board, sailing director, overnight sailing director, treasurer. I'm the membership director, and then these are also officers of the club. So there's no one boat. People that join the club have their own boats.
So they go to you. Let's say if I wanted to be on a bigger vessel. First, I'm very afraid of the water. You see, the further I am from the water, the better I am. That's my first rule. So if I wanted a 45-foot vessel, I come to you and you put me on that particular.
So what happens is when you join, which is only $125 a year, and we post the events that we have. So let's say we're going to, like Monday we had a moonlight sail. So it was posted on the website, and if you'd like to go, then you would sign up that you'd like to go. And the sailing director does her best she places everybody on the boats. So we had Jim was there. How many boats, Jim, on Monday?
Yeah, we had 7 boats at the raft up on Monday.
7 boats?
And a raft up is where all the boats come in, we drop anchor, we tie up to each other, and we have a big raft, and we end up with 7 boats, maybe 35 people total on the boats. And what do we do on the boat in the evening? Well, of course, we party.
You go out to, how far do you go from the dock?
Well, the power boats tend to stay on the intercoastal. They go up and down the intercoastal.
Okay.
The sailboats, there's no point having a sailboat if you don't go out onto the ocean.
Right.
So on Monday, I went to the raft up, but beforehand, we went sailing. It was actually a great day sailing. There was plenty of wind. The waves weren't high. We probably went about 4 or 5 miles offshore, sailed around, and came back in. And it was a good. We had a good time sailing, and then we had the raft up afterwards.
How many members are part of the group?
We average about 140 members in the club, and people ask a lot if they have to have a boat to join. They do not. And also, if they haven't experienced boating or been on sailboats, we accept those people because we train twice a year. We have sailing orientation sessions. So we help individuals, and we do have some people that don't swim, and we work with them as well because we would ask them to wear a life preserver if we're out on the water. But everybody has an opportunity to learn about boating, sailing, and also get on boats. So it's a great opportunity if you don't own a boat.
And what's the age group?
The age group really is anyone over 18, but we tend to have maybe people in their 50s and 60s or so, but we do take younger people, and we're trying to recruit younger people as well. So it is a wonderful opportunity, and so we have a lot of fun too.
How many events a month, I guess, do you meet?
Well, we have socials every week on Thursday nights at Galuppi's, so people can come and meet members, meet captains, and we're always getting people joining throughout the year. And then we also have parties every month. We usually have a sale every month or boating. And then captains take people out individually on trips, and Jim might want to talk about that. We do plan trips to the Abacos, to the Bahamas, Bimini. So those do go on as well. Those are overnights, maybe for several days or weeks.
Ever need a singer on the boat?
A singer. Do we need a singer on the boat? Probably, because some of our raft ups we sing and we
right?
dance.
Having some live music, hanging out. Some wine. We got to bring up Schnebley's wine. Get Melissa on the boat singing some wine, some cocktails on the boat with a full moon. Could be amazing.
You know, it's funny. When we got this place, I asked Dawn, because that bay door opens, I wanted to bring a boat in here so we could do something on the sea away from the ocean. Now, if somebody wants to join this, is it for the love of meeting somebody? And let's say they don't want to learn how to work a boat and they just want to meet people. Is that allowed? Or do you have to want to be learning how to?
No, that is allowed because some of the people like to go to the parties and be involved and volunteer and help. So not everyone is as active on the water, but we do try to give that opportunity to people that enjoy the water as well.
Gotcha.
So people join for different reasons, but the fact that we are the only singles sailing club in Broward County, that's a great opportunity to meet someone as well.
Yeah, you see, I would definitely be one of them somebody. I can pour ice, I can carry stuff, but I don't want to learn nothing about sailing. I want to meet people.
You would love.
Well, you could be the galley slave in the boat, as far as I'm concerned. That would be fine.
How long have you been a captain?
Well, I've had the boat about 3.5 years now.
And you must love what you do, because being on the ocean is different than anything else on the planet. If you love that
True.
stuff.
It's the water.
Well, it's a lot of fun, but owning a sailboat is also a lot of work, and it doesn't come cheaply either. But no, it's a great social activity as well. You know, I meet a lot of people through the club, and we have in going out on the water is always the highlight of the month.
And you know, owning a boat is expensive.
It is expensive.
Because it's like another world.
Have you ever sailed or rented a boat or gone out for the day?
But Jody, the manager, a station manager, she used to have a boat. So she used to send me pictures of her and her girlfriends going up and down the Intercoastal, because what I wanted to do back in the day was I wanted to buy a boat. And then I saw the price, and I didn't want to buy a boat no
You
more.
wanted to do a show on a boat. Remember, we
I
had
always
2
wanted to
gigs
do-
that one
yeah.
night, and you had to go on that
Yeah.
one shoot with Connecticut.
So I found clubs where you can join to rent a boat. So you call and says, okay, on this date I want the boat, and you go there with your friends, and it's all ready for you. They give you a captain, because you got to have a captain on the boat, and you go out. And I wanted to do that. I mean, they were a lot of fun. You know, the ocean is something that if that sun is bearing down on you, man, you're going to roast. You gotta wear protection and zinc
Do
iron.
you guys go
and
out during
stuff.
the day or at night?
We do both. We just, as they said, we had a moonlight sail the other night, and people loved it. The full moon was out, and the pictures are fabulous.
Wow.
Of everyone, and we have day sails, so a combination, really.
How many hours is a sail? Is a voyage?
Well, it depends what sort of voyage you're doing. I mean, if you're going over to the Bahamas, it takes about a day to sail over to Bimini. But if you're going out just for the day, you might be out on the water for 2 or 3 hours, and then you'd come back in. So it varies just depending on what the journey is.
You've had a boat for 3 years. Was that the first time you started boating, or you've always been into sailboats?
No, I learned to sail when I was a teenager, and then in my 20s, I raced a sailboat for some years, which is a different type of sailing. And then I didn't sail. I got married and didn't sail for many years. Unfortunately, I got divorced, and then I thought, well, let's get a sailboat. So I bought a sailboat.
See what marriage will do for you.
Or the divorce, you get a sailboat.
You got back on the ocean. I have a friend of mine who races sail. Not has a friend, and she races these things, and it's unbelievable when she tries to explain to me how it is. And I just look at her and I stare at her and I go, there's a lot of things you got to do. And your timing, your brain has to be fast. Now she has a houseboat. So we go to her houseboat and we sort of hang out there when she's in town. But I still ask her to tell me about the stories. Sailing is really majestic. It's magical, it's majestic. At night, how long is the tour? 1 hour, 2 hours?
Well, it's as long as you want it to be. I mean, one of the ideas I've been thinking about is heading out from the dock about 8 o'clock in the evening and sailing out onto the ocean and staying out all night long just to see the night sky without
that's
any
scary.
light pollution, and then
That's
come
scary.
back in the next morning at 8 or 9 in the morning. So
That's scary.
A
See the
true
sunrise in the middle of the
overnight
ocean?
go out when it's really black.
You can't see your hand in front of your face. It's so dark. 'Cause
Well,
when-
night vision is, you'd be amazed at night vision actually, when you get used to it, you can see what you're doing. It's more difficult. And obviously at night, you need to take precautions. You don't want to lose somebody overboard at night.
right.
Hear this
Oh.
fun fact?
I'm sorry?
Did you hear this fun fact? I heard this morning. Do carrots actually give you better vision?
They're supposedly, yes.
So
That's-
apparently in England, when they got night vision, this made me think of it. All the other countries wanted to know how England got this night vision.
They ate carrots.
And they said because they ate carrots. So this whole myth developed because they didn't want to tell them that they had this special night vision technology. So they just said, oh, their eyesight's much better because they started eating carrots. And that's how the carrot happened And say night vision.
And do you know why pirates wear a patch? I told you this.
Why?
Because when the nighttime came, they used to switch the patch so they could see at night because they've been covered all day and they could see at night.
Night vision.
Yeah, like a night vision. This is why pirates allegedly wore.
How do you and I do this?
But
Random
that's
fun
what happened. They
facts.
told me. That's what they said to me. And then I went on a cruise in the ocean,
okay?
and it was so dark. Now you get to see the stars. It looks like it lit up at night with all the stars and all that. But I couldn't see my hand in front of my face. And the captain's just moving along. And
You gotta love what
this
you do.
Rocks and all this stuff. I go, how the hell? Now they must like radar or something, because I'm gonna tell you, you couldn't see nothing out there.
Jim, have you always been this calm?
This calm?
You're very calm, mellow.
No, I'm just listening. Well, there's a when I go out on the water, we always try and have an outing that's no drama. You don't want too much drama on the boat.
Yeah.
Things do go wrong sometimes, and you definitely get drama. So-
Well, give me an example of drama, because that sort of scares me. I'm in a boat and we got drama. Well, what's...
You're a little nervous over there.
Oh, I'm very nervous.
Oh, sometimes the what are called the jib sheets get all tangled up on the foredeck. The anchor, which is definitely something you don't want to have happen to you, or the anchor on the bow jumps out of its holder, and you have to go up onto the bow and put it back in, which is definitely not something you want to do. All manner of things can happen. Sailing is a lot of fun, but sometimes it's the stories you have to tell after you've been sailing that are more fun. And definitely
Got a
things
peanut
go wrong.
gallery next to me. I got the peanut gallery next to me laughing.
You
Yeah.
sail?
No.
Yep.
I'm on A1. There's a story. I gotta get my buddy. I'll record him because I'm gonna go see him this weekend. But the story he has, he faced death basically, because he sailed from like Maryland down to Virginia. Are those same? It was somewhere like very close to each other, but he was actually like legit sailing. And yeah, there's a storm that came and.
It's a storm.
There was a
Perfect
storm
storm.
because he was just out in the ocean sailing, just down. And I'll record his story this weekend, and I'll put it on for tomorrow or Monday when I come back.
Well, see, what's nice about us sailors, and I used to own a sailboat in San Francisco.
Someone's done it all.
And we're hardy. We can kind of adapt to anything. We bring the proper clothes with us. And what happens when we go on
I don't know if her light's on.
What happens when we go on a sail is the sailing coordinator puts everybody on a boat. We assign a crew chef, that's right, and crew chief, and she coordinates all the food. So everybody brings something. Let's say there's 8 people. One people will bring a salad. One people will bring a main dish, and whatever you want to drink. And that's how the food works. And we always have feasts on it. And when we do a raft up, you can go from boat to see your friends and enjoy their food.
Would
So
you do
it's
that?
it's a party on the water all the time.
I used to do that when I went whitewater
Sounds
rafting.
like a lot of fun.
Whitewater rafting, we used to do that, but when we got away from the canoes and we went into rafts, and then you tie them all up, it's a whole lot of fun. You just go down for 8 miles forever. How many of these venues have you been on? Because it sounds to me like you've done plenty.
Well, I personally have been a member of the club since 2008, I believe.
Wow.
So I've been on quite a few, and
Give me your most memorable. That one episode.
I personally like power boats because they're not a lot of work on power boats, but I owned a sailboat. The most memorable was just being with people that I never did an overnight, but just being with people that you enjoy being with, and conversing and getting to know them better, because we have the socials every Thursday night at Galuppi's, and from 5:30 to like 7:30, and then we listen to the music, and you get to meet people there too. But it's nothing like being on a boat with someone in a closed quarters, and then you really get to know them. And we've had people that, in addition to getting married, but they go on, the single people, they go on cruises together. You build very deep relationships.
How many people have met and got married through the Singles Club?
Well, first, we're celebrating our 35th anniversary this year.
Wow.
And over the 35 years, we have about 72 marriages that have occurred in Sailing Singles. So,
Wow.
Yeah, it does
How
happen.
many have gotten divorced? No. You know what it is? You fall in love under the moonlight and all that.
It's very romantic, right?
Hey, look at Ricky laughing. He knows what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about.
You like to sail, Ricky? You like the boats?
I haven't been on a boat in a couple of years, but one thing about boats, I like it, you know, how it rocks back and forth. I don't get seasick.
He don't get seasick. It's a good thing.
It's calming. Wow. And I have to ask you, why the color pink?
Well, when the founding group got together in 1988,
Wow.
they looked at the different colors and it was down to like a burnt orange or pink. And the group picked pink, and I looked up what it represents. And pink is romance, which fits our club. We're
Sure.
a singles group. Also, the beautiful pink sunsets and sunrises. And we just went with pink, and people really notice us on the water. They know who we are.
It
Sailing
is.
Singles.
All
a
the boats have pink flags when they go out. So, and then we have the captain's hat. We have hats that says Sailing Singles. A lot of our gear you can buy is pink. And then we even have a pink book, which all our members are in. That every year we update that. I think she has a copy of the pink book.
Yeah.
So we're pink.
This has our bylaws that we go by, and we have rules and regulations. So we are a very legitimate club, and we do work with other sailing clubs in the community. So
It's
we're not just the only.
$129 for the year.
25.
$125 for the year. Is it extra to go to events?
Sometimes it is. We just had our change of command at Coral Ridge Yacht Club, and that was a wonderful event. We invited other sailing clubs. So people do have to pay a ticket price for those kind of events, but they pay less than our guests. So it's always an advantage if you're a member, because you do get a break on ticket price for different things.
And how do people reach you? How do they get information or to join the club?
They can go on our website, sailingsingles.org, and there's a place that they can actually apply online. Or if they come to our socials, they would talk to Beverly, our membership director, and they can fill out an application anytime, any Thursday night. But many of our people do go to the website now, and they can also see the different activities and our calendar of events and learn about our club.
Do you screen people when they come in to make sure that they're going to follow the pink book and everything else? Do you screen them?
We talk about the potential new members. A lot of our members are sponsored by other people.
Okay.
That's been kind of the history of the club. But now that I'm kind of doing, in addition, I'm doing the marketing and the membership. So we're kind of going, in public. And so I talked to the Commodore and a couple other board members before we would approve someone, because there is an approval. They have to fill out the information and sign their waiver online, and we kind of get a little bit of a feel for them. Are they're not just joining just
Do you interview them? Do they interview? Does the group interview the people?
No, we don't. We don't interview
That's
them.
interesting, because if you're going to be with 30 some odd people, you sort of want to have, that the ship going in the same direction.
Well, like I said, most of the time in the past they've been sponsored by people, but
Right.
we've been getting a lot of people. They're mostly women in the club, and not that matters. But yeah, we are looking at just to get an eye on people, and have a couple people, have a captain and maybe the Commodore talk to potential people that want to join, to make sure that they're joining for the right reason.
How'd you become
It
a
is a
Commodore?
safe environment.
Safe environment.
I mean, that is an issue. It is a safe environment for everyone in the club. We have a lot of fun, but it's important that people feel comfortable.
And if you're a male,
The numbers are good for you.
you got some numbers.
Yes, there are a lot of women in the club, and
Ricky wants to go.
I think the
Ricky!
last
Are
two
you
times
doing
the last two times I've been out, it has been an all-female crew, but that's just But
That's
so if you're a male and you've got a sailboat,
I think
bring
you
your
have to-
boat along and we'll.
I gotta tell you, I had a club in New York called Chase and Soir, and I could not get guys to the club.
Very difficult.
I could not get guys to the club. So guys were free. Women had to pay. Guys were free. I could not. Then I had a mixer. I cannot get guys to the club. But on this thing, if you are looking, everybody's always looking for the perfect mate. Instead of going anywhere, if there's 30 women or 20 women, then you, maybe another guy, your chances begin. Ricky, your chances are going to get better, Ricky. Don't get you married.
Well, that's why we're looking for what really, we have a meetup. We're having a meetup this Friday at the Cove in Deerfield. And the purpose of that is to try to have people with boats, men or women with boats, single people, of course, to meet us and we need more boats in our club. Because if we want to do more activities, we need more single boat owners. So that's my big push this
That
year.
gets out there.
But you don't need to have a boat if you want to join the club.
That's correct. You don't
So
need
all these
one.
women own boats?
Some do, some don't, I guess.
Some do, some don't.
We
Just
do
because
have
it-
women captains that own boats, and that's great about Sailing Singles, that we offer that opportunity.
Girl power.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to take a commercial break.
Bikini power.
I like that. Pink bikinis.
I used to get this meet up on my email, and so I didn't know what it was.
Well, now you know. And there's 20 women to every one guy.
No, that's not that ratio.
He don't know that. He don't know that.
All right, let's take a commercial break. Let's do some more
It's-
music. Check it out,
it's
sailingsingles.org for more information. And we can always get you in touch with our good friend Bev D'Amico, who does a little bit of everything. Such a pleasure to meet you, Lynette and Jim. Sailing Singles sounds like a whole lot of fun. I'm in that age group now of all the things opening up to me.
Josh can't go either because he ain't single no more. Look
I
at
think
his
you're
face.
single until you're married.
Josh, you should join.
You?
Be the representative.
Ah. All right, stay
And let us know
tuned.
what's going on.
For music, and we'll be right back.
In times of economic uncertainty and chaos, your money means nothing. You may not even be able to get it from your bank or ATM. What you can bank on is gold and silver. Gold and silver have been a reliable and trusted form of currency for thousands of years. Call the Gold Hotline now and learn how to protect your money and your assets with gold and silver. Protect your money from the next market crash with gold and silver. Call now for your free gold guide.
Born in Marseille, France, Max Lazega creates whimsical and free-flowing interpretive art. His 40 years in the construction industry created the foundation for his craft. His unique work displays his view of the future with bold and playful combinations of materials and processes, but the methodology remains consistent. He fuses recycled materials and discarded building supplies into a fresh, well-executed approach. Lazega has lived in Miami, Florida most of his life, where he pursues his lifelong passion of creating industrial art. For more information, contact Max Lazega at artworkstudios.org or 786-326-8873.
Meet Jay Harmon, one of the many artists held in the Brooklyn Cafe Gallery. Jay specializes in various different art styles, but his medium to work with is colored pencils. His unique style comes from being self-taught and years of practice. Jay pulls his inspiration from many outlets like people, television, celebrities, and many more. With multiple original pieces, Jay's art graces the gallery with over 40 plus works for viewing and for purchase. His many years of being an artist has given him a chance to partner with the Derwent brand, giving him the opportunity to try many different work styles and further his craft. Feel free to come down and visit the studio to view his work, or if you're interested in your own Jay Harmon original, he's open to commissions on his website, coloredpencilartist.com, or catch his show, The Colored Pencil Artist, on Amp Media Productions on YouTube and Facebook. See you soon.
What would you do if you had a broken bone? You'd go to the doctor and use your insurance, right? What would you do if you had a serious problem with drugs and alcohol? Most people do nothing until it's too late. Your insurance can help you get clean and sober with the assistance of a place like the Detox and Treatment Helpline. Many times treatment is fully covered, so why not use your insurance to treat your addiction problem just like you would if you had a broken bone? And with the Family Medical Leave Act, you're allowed by law to take off time from work, and your employer doesn't need to know the reason. So there are two good reasons. You've got insurance you can use for your addiction problem, and with the Family Medical Leave Act, it's completely confidential. Call us right now and save a life.
Call 855-350-4504. That's 855-350-4504. Call 855-350-4504 now.
Want to save money on your next flight? Then pick up the phone and call, because the best prices are not online. See, SmartFares has special deals with the airlines. When they have unsold seats, they use SmartFares to fill them. So you get airline tickets at ridiculously low prices. With the extra money you'll save, you can book another trip or treat yourself to dinner. Call today and get the best price on your next flight, guaranteed. Also, save up to 50% off business and first class tickets.
Artist Rosie Sherman paints her passions to share with everyone. Expressing herself through bold and vibrant colors, her suggestion and style are always in flux. Inspired by travels, nature, romance, and the human spirit, Rosie makes sure her depiction of women are strong and proud. Her landscapes illustrate the changing seasons in the diverse world that we live in. To find her artwork in the multiple medias you can purchase, visit rosiesherman.pixels.com.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
Sitting on a park bench one day, you came down and sat next to me. You had my heart fluttering, baby, like a pair of butterfly wings. I seemed to talk for hours about everything we knew. And when you went away, baby, Lord, right then I knew that there's only one woman for me. You showed me things I'd never seen. Oh, baby, you drive me crazy. There's only one woman for me. It's been 2 years, baby. Oh, you're standing there. I see the love in your eyes, wind blowing through your hair. Oh, I can't believe it. Oh, the love we shared. And I knew in my heart, baby, none would ever compare. And there's only one woman for me. You show me things I've never seen. You drive me crazy, and there's only one woman for me. We talk for hours, made love on the beach. You are my dream, my only fantasy. Then one summer day, my darling, you went away. You Flew up to heaven, you see. Got your own pair of wings. Though it broke my heart, I remember everything you taught. There would never be another woman that could mend his heart. And there's only one woman for me. You show me things I've never seen. Whoa, baby, you drive me crazy. And there's only one woman for me. You show me things I've never seen. Whoa, baby, you drive me crazy. And there's only one woman for me. There's only one woman for me. There's only one woman for me. There's only one woman for me.
She walks, it's like a samba that swings so sweet and sways so gently that when she passes, each one she passes goes. Oh, but he watches so sadly. How can he tell her he loves her? But instead, as he walks to the sea, she looks straight ahead, not at him. A tall and tan and young and lovely, the girl from Ipanema goes walking, and when she passes, each one she passes goes. But he watches so sadly. How can he tell her he loves her? Yes, he would give his heart gladly. But instead, as she walks to the sea, she looks straight ahead, not at him. Oh, tall and tender, young and lovely, the girl from Ipanema goes walking, and when she passes, he smiles, but she doesn't see. She doesn't see. Oh, she never sees. She don't see. sabor a mí. Si negaras mi presencia en tu vivir, bastaría una placer de conversar. Tanta vida yo te di que por fuerza tienes ya sabor a mí. No pretendo ser tu dueña, no soy nada, yo no tengo vanidad de mi vida, doy lo bueno, soy tan pobre que otra cosa puedo dar. Pasarán más de 1000 años, muchos más. Yo no sé si tengamos la eternidad, pero allá tal como aquí, en la boca llevarás sabor a mí. No pretendo ser tu dueña, no soy nada, yo no tengo ni vanidad. Por la vida doy lo bueno, soy tan pobre que otra cosa puedo dar. Y pasarán más de 1000 años y muchos más. Yo no sé si tengamos la de la eternidad, pero allá tal como aquí, en la boca llevarás sabor a mí, sabor a mí, sabor a mí. had the chords and the whole structure, and then I just wrote a simple love song to it. Simple, easy. alright.
Here with some nice music, a cup of coffee, a glass of wine from Schnebley's, and kind of just enjoy the ride.
Very nice. Where are you guys playing, or do you have anything coming up soon?
Do you have any gigs coming up soon, Ricky?
No, not yet, but we're working on
Okay.
getting a place to play at. I got some feelers out, and I definitely got to have Melissa singing and playing with me because she's so sparkly and good, and the spirit just lights up. Listen, I woke up this morning, and I said, "Oh, I got a new adventure."
What kind of gig you looking for? What kind of place?
Just to show off what we can do. You know, it's like when I get to a place, it's the party's on. So,
I would really like for us to find a place that we could kind of grow with. All this bouncing around to club and club and club, it's such an interesting thing with music. Like with any other business, if you're in business for 10 years, you should grow, you know, a following, a customer base. But with South Florida, the way it's set up, as a musician, if you just go from room to room to room, you can play for tourists your whole life and have kind of like nothing to show for it come the end of the decades, you know? So that's why I pulled out a little bit and focused on like building another stream of income, so that with the music, I can just do shows where I can build a relationship with the people who come now. And I would like venues where people are live here, you know?
and they come and see
And
you.
they'll come back again and bring their friends, and then they can do requests, and we can write songs for them and the special events in their life, and you know what I mean? Like build relationships.
Can people find your music on YouTube or download it anywhere else?
All over YouTube. So Ricky is Ricky Midnight Williams. All over, it's the same thing on YouTube, is Facebook, right? Ricky
Yeah.
Midnight Williams. And I'm Melissa Moonchild Stokes. If you just Google Melissa Moonchild Stokes, you'll find YouTube and Instagram and Facebook and all kind of footage and all over CD Baby and stuff.
Y tú eres Latina.
Pues mi mamá sí es de Nicaragua.
So you sing in Spanish, speak Spanish? and everything
Yes.
else. I love it. And that song that you sang at the end there, that's something that you wrote?
Yes.
And what is the name of that song?
Flow Like a River.
And is on YouTube?
That's not
That's not even out
masterly
yet?
recorded yet. We're still like working it out and stuff. That's not out yet.
Oh,
but
I'm gonna tell you something. There ain't nothing to work out. That thing is ready to rock and roll.
you like it?
Oh my goodness!
Oh, that
yes.
was just amazing.
I'm so glad. Do you hear that, Ricky?
You know that? She pulled it out of the hat.
Did she?
You know
She got something out there, Ricky.
What I like is that, see, I never argue with women. I can say okay. That's my favorite thing.
He just says okay.
Because, you know, women have the power. They always had, they always will. So when you find somebody that just loves to sing, you know, like I have fun listening to her and following her because I never know where she's going to go. So, okay. So I'm serious. And I was looking forward to it today. I had no idea I was coming to Freddie's place.
Freddie's place.
Me and you both, Ricky. Me and you both.
Yeah, and you know, Freddie, I never forget a face.
I know that. I heard that rumor.
So
His comedy too.
So this was good that Melissa brought me here and we had a chance to play and sing. And we're gonna find a place and we'll let you know when we're there, because you know.
How big a place you need?
Huh?
How big a place you looking for?
Something a little bit bigger than this place.
You know, it's really interesting that you've shown up at this time. We're going to talk after the show.
Yeah.
But there's something that I've been working with Dawn on to create a place. Our own place. It's
where people can come and party at.
They're going to come, and it depends. You see, the music you're playing is exactly what I'm looking for, because this is like a New York City small jazz club.
Okay.
That's what I'm looking at. Some of the other singers, like Johnny is listening. Some of the other people, they play old tunes. They take requests. Different things in a place.
I'd like to play it. I'd like to play one of my favorite instrumentals, right? If I can.
Sure.
Absolutely.
All right, so this is, I like Satin Doll. That was one of the songs I was taught. And so I play it my way. And I'll just play it for you real quick. It ain't gonna be that long.
All right, don't worry about it, Ricky. You take your time. Man can play them keys, right?
You guys are welcome to play here anytime. You need a place, you got a place.
We create a place.
Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you so much.
No, we're going to have you back. We're going to talk a little bit about some other things we want to do with you guys, but it's amazing. I didn't know any of this today. I didn't know who was coming. I didn't know Bev was coming. I didn't know they were coming. I know Ricky was coming.
All I knew was Melissa. I knew Bev and her people were coming, and Melissa. I didn't know Ricky was coming, and we have to bring Melissa back to talk about her other stream of income.
I would love to.
As an herbalist as well, because what you do is all about energy healing between music and singing and all your herbs. Everyone is looking for a natural way to heal.
Yes.
And get better.
That is really heartwarming for me these days too. Because let me tell you, 10 years ago when I was raising my kids and then the natural thing, it was like I was like a weirdo, you know? but now it's so many options, and it's so, I'm so relieved.
The healing singer.
The healing
I like
singer!
it.
That could be my slogan.
You guys are
we're
the
going to
best.
bring you on this show, and then we're going to have you interview on our Latino show with Karen on the Latin Hustle show. It's our Latin stage. We're going to have you do it in Spanish and everything else, and we're going to talk about putting the music in both, like the Spanish song you sang.
Yeah.
I love it. I'd like to be able to use them.
I wish I could sing more Spanish songs.
You should. Why don't you?
Yeah.
It sounded good. It sounded good.
Melissa and Ricky, thank you so much for joining us. You are all just always a joy. And I have to tell you, for a Wednesday to have a day like this and just enjoy some music,
Very nice.
get you all set up to get ready for your weekend.
That's right, because we have a busy day tomorrow.
A few days early. Okay, we're going to wrap this up. Thank you again. Download all their music on YouTube. And for more information, you can always contact us here right at the studio at 888-994-4995. We're going to wrap this up, and we will see you tomorrow. 9 a.m. drive time.
And don't be late.
Bye-bye.
Well, that's about it for today. Even though the show's over, the Brooklyn Cafe is always open for business. You're invited to join the fun every day from 12 to 2. If you missed some of the laughs from today, Dawn and Freddie S. will bring you more good cheer next time. You can follow the Brooklyn Cafe on Facebook at the Brooklyn Cafe TV to rewatch every minute of the show. We'll see you next time.